Someone doesn't care what the Bible says. I'm gonna judge her.
Fight for together. Not tonight. Hey, I said just a minute, okay?
I didn't make coffee because I knew that there wasn't enough beans for today. See?
This is probably one of the last days that I'll be able to wear a tank top. It's been high of 80 and it's October 17th.
Monday morning. Feels good to be alive.
I filmed the coffee.
Oh, you did?
Talked about wearing a tank top.
Oh, Cammy already filled you in about tank top season. Officially announced, got extended this year. Let's celebrate. All three of us are wearing tank tops. This morning, Seven and I woke up at 6 a.m. to have our meeting. And he makes coffee for us. It's the only time we allow our younger kids to have coffee is at our morning meeting with me. And I came down and there was no coffee made. And he said,
I didn't make coffee because I knew that there wasn't enough beans.
so I wanted to save it for you and Mama for your morning coffee time.
That is so sweet, and now I feel so bad.
It was really cool for me. One, it was just like touching and soft and unselfish of him. And the second was that it was actually like really good thinking. Like, I mean, to be thinking like that at 6 a.m. about ahead in the future, and he knows that we have coffee. I don't know, that was just really impressive. But it's hard for me to tell him positive things like that. I realized all that was going on in my head. I was laying in the shower and I was thinking about this. And I was like, man, if he would have messed up the coffee, I would have said, hey, you did the coffee wrong. You know, it's not hard for me to give criticism or things that work towards improvement, but it's really hard for me to articulate positive encouragement or affirmation.
Maybe some people are more gifted in words of affirmation, but in order to give true words of affirmation, you have to get outside of your own head and speak the words, which may sound simple, but it really isn't very simple to do. And I think especially with our kids, there's so much in our minds riding on who they are, and it's just really makes even, it's almost more easier to affirm a stranger than it is your own child.
One of the things I believed growing up about God was that I was never good enough and that I never had his approval. And now we believe quite the opposite. We believe that we have his approval no matter what, which is really a controversial, crazy thing to believe. That even if you've killed a kitten or molested a child or raped a person or been late on your taxes or don't use your blinker, then you still have God's approval if you're letting Jesus represent you. I don't know how that ties in, but that wasn't how I saw God. I always saw God looking down at me like, oh, you had too much fun, or you said too many bad words, or you looked at porn too much, or you da-da-da. And I don't see God as a father that way anymore, and I don't want to be that type of father anymore. So I'm going to tell Seven those things. Hey, Seven! It's a lot easier when they're so tiny like this, but as they get older, they more represent, I think, ourselves. Hey, hey, oh, Dad, I love you. Dad, I love you. Oh, snuggle with the tattoo. I'm really excited to show you one of the things that we did over the weekend. It's a special week this week. We built a Sukka. This is the final product here. If you haven't heard of this, that is okay, because it is a different language and a different tradition that many people either haven't heard about or haven't heard about recently. The Sukka is a booth, and it's a temporary dwelling place, and this is a festival this week that's really important to our family. And because of that, we are going to be spending a lot of our week out here. Eden made dinner tonight. Eden, what'd you make? Wow.
Pizza.
That seems pretty self-explanatory. Look at that.
This is tomato and cheese and pepper. This is olive, tomato, and cheese. 7. There's not pepper in
And is this the watermelon that we grew?
Yeah. It's kind of bland though. What's that?
Goodness.
We are going to read from the Bible. Let's set some context here. So the story of the Bible goes something like this. A bunch of stuff happens, and then God's people are stuck in slavery for more than 400 years under the hand of Pharaoh, and it's very oppressive. And they're wondering if God even exists anymore. But finally, he delivers them from Pharaoh and the Egyptians out of Egypt. And one of the first things he does is he tells them to celebrate in this way. So beginning with the 15th day of the 7th month, which was yesterday, after you have gathered the crops of the land, celebrate the festival of the Lord for 7 days. The first day is a day of Sabbath rest, and the 8th day is also a day of Sabbath rest. On the first day, you are to take branches from luxuriant trees. Those are our...
very luxuriant.
It's kind of from our Get Out tree up front, if you recognize that. From palms, willows, and other leafy trees. And rejoice before the Lord your God for 7 days. Celebrate this as a festival to the Lord for 7 days each year. This is to be a lasting ordinance for the generations to come. Celebrate it in the 7th month. Live in temporary shelters for 7 days. All native-born Israelites are to live in such shelters, so your descendants will know that I had the Israelites live in temporary shelters when I brought them out of Egypt. I am the Lord your God.
This structure behind us we made in one day. It's supposed to be pretty unfinished, because we're supposed to look at it and we're supposed to eat under it and hang out under it, and we can see the stars through the roof because it's supposed to remind us that where we live right now is not our true home. So you can imagine it's not super comfortable, it doesn't have AC, doesn't have heat, and I think that's
Although
all...
it does have electricity.
Yeah. I think that's all supposed to just remind us that let's not get too comfortable here.
So for 1 week, we're going to be out here, and the idea is that we look at our house over there, and we're like, wow, that thing is really nice. Like, we're really glad we have it. We're very thankful. It's been a huge blessing. We don't deserve a place that nice, but we're glad we have it. But it is not our home in the truest sense. It is not where our security comes from. It's not where our peace of mind comes from. The God who delivered his people out of Egypt was very clear about him wanting to be the only place where his people ever found their security, their sense of belonging, their sense of peace. So this was something he told them to celebrate every single year so that they wouldn't forget that.
And I think it's good to note that it's a celebration, which I think God wanted us to feel like this is a really good thing and let's celebrate it.
So we're going to be eating out here all week, and this is why we celebrate the fall feast. It's always during the week of Sukkot, which is kind of an outdoor festival that's at the beginning of, the end of harvest time. And I think the kids are sleeping out here tonight. I don't know if I'm sleeping with them. Are you sleeping out here? You want to sleep out here? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Oh. Look at that.
I don't think you moved.
What's wrong with you?
Who is the master?
Right now, you're the master. Oh. Everyone needs to have 6 cards up first.
Woo!
Cammy's doing some reading and smoking a cigar.
This is honey. That's weird.
Bad Cammy. I'm doing some writing, and the kids are over here playing a board game
Poker.
What the heck?
and eating candy.
Oh, it is. Here's our candy.
Special occasion.
Happy birthday to me.
What? Organize. Wait, what am I supposed to do?
You want to get all of one by trading.
You say that you want two.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. We are up to 18 people supporting us on our Patreon page. Hey, don't move. Which is so exciting to us. I think it's $137 a month that wasn't there before. And the way we see it is these are people who are saying, hey, we are thankful and support what you guys are doing, want more of it. So that's so exciting for us. Thank you so much. If you would like to contribute to this vlog, hey, there's a link to the Patreon page below. Thank you so much. Goodbye.